If you get a chance, if you're going to Liberty City today, look for Ryan and tell him thank you. Say, hey, listen, thank you for not forgetting about us. Because what I've been finding is a lot of these conventions seem to be more concerned with 5 people that complain than 300 people that were going to show up. And actually, like, buy a ticket to go to the show. I mean, you know?
Yeah.
That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You know what, you guys? I was upstairs just praying that there would be people here today. And I can't tell you how grateful I am to be here.
Thanks for being here, Vic.
Now, do you see how calm, cool, and collected a lot of these conventions are with Vic Mignogna having to be a part of it? Well, members of the hashtag KickVic movement are taking it upon themselves not only to further damage Vic's career by contacting conventions ahead of time, way ahead of time, in not only going as far as to have Vic removed permanently from conventions, but these are the same people now that are plotting to contact conventions going into next year in further keeping Vic away from working any conventions and even meeting his fans. As today we're going to be taking a look as to how KickVic, the hashtag KickVic movement, are not only attacking some of the key figures within the community, but also going as far as to accuse fans of being total liars and even fabricating misinformation, which of course is not true. And even though members like Dominique Sky have been suspended on Twitter, we're going to be taking a look at what she was saying on the low just a few days ago about said individuals. As once more before we begin, if you are new to this channel and want to be kept up to date with all things involving Vic Mignogna, Monica Rial, Ron Toye, and many of the news and updates involving the Vic Mignogna case, then be sure to go on ahead and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon to never miss a single upload. Be sure to go on ahead and slap a like down below by giving this video a big thumbs up if you guys do stand with Vic, as well as making sure to check out and subscribe to my main channel over at Unreal and Gaming, to where there you guys will be able to find lots of anime and Dragon Ball content that you guys will not get to find on here. And follow me at Twitter at Unreal and Gaming to stay connected with me at all times. And if you have anything you would like to share or tag me in involving Vic Mignogna or any of the parties involved in this case, then be sure to go on ahead and follow me at Twitter. Now, the first thing I do want to go on ahead and kick things off with here today is members of the hashtag KickVic movement are now beginning to target members such as EmoshIsLive, also known as Emosh on Twitter, in having to not only fabricate misinformation, but also go as far as to further tarnish Emosh's name in further associating him with members like Perfection, and even going as far as they possibly could in reaching and trying to grasp for straws in calling Emosh the absolute worst person to represent Vic Mignogna, which if there's any other person on this platform that knows Emosh like the back of their hand, it's me. And I know Emosh better than anybody in the fact that I know for an absolute fact that he is nothing like Perfection, that he is nothing like how Therese and Dominique are trying to label him out in being, to in which, as you guys can see on screen, there was a Twitter thread that further went along to trash EmoshIsLive, as I do want to go on ahead and kick things off from the top, as Therese went along to post, and I quote, "I love this pic so much. I know some will find this hard to believe, but not in a mean way. I can't hate either of them because I don't know them." And the pure fanboy joy on Emosh's face is legitimately cute. May all of Vic's hugs be consensual, and may Emosh's heroes become better people. As an individual that goes by the name of Nathan went on to respond, with that context, this probably is one of his favorite days. Memories and a dream come true for him. I don't hate either of them either, because I also don't know either of them. Well, I'll tell you what, do you want to know who knows Emosh better than any of you? Me. As Nathan continues, Emosh is definitely starstruck. As LJ Montello went along to respond as well, same. I take issue with his behavior and actions. Him having a fanboy moment is nothing to ridicule. You can disagree with people and still see them as human. Well, no duh, LJ Montello. But then Therese went along to post, and I quote, "I really don't mean to downplay what either of them have done though. Vic has done a lot of horrible things. Well, Like what? As she goes on, Emosh has done a lot of horrible things too. Okay, like what? Though, I don't know as much detail about the things he has done, so why would you make the claim that he's done horrible things if you yourself just said in the same sentence that you don't know as much details about the things that he had supposedly done? That right there is a contradiction of your own statement. You're being a hypocrite. As she goes on, Vic's own admissions about the way he treated Michelle are bad enough, to be honest. But then, Dominique Sky, the neighborhood clown, chimes in as she went along to post, Emosh is another perfection / hero, hey / senpai's home, etc. And you wonder why people hate your guts. And you wonder why, Dominique, a lot of people ridicule you and they question you and they look down on people like you, because in this thread, right, Emosh has nothing to do with anything, but yet you still feel the need to call him out of his way even though the guy had not brought you up. So again, you further want to go on ahead and assert yourself in a situation that firstly, you don't even belong in, but that's what Dominique does. She further asserts herself in any and all situations that have nothing to do with her, and then when she makes a comment and people make comments back, she gets offended, she accuses you of being a misogynist, and now all of a sudden, since you clapped back, now you're the bad guy. Do you see how this works? And I further want to go on the record in letting Therese and Nathan and LJ Montello and hell, even Dominique Sky know that Emosh doesn't hate you. I talk to Emosh more than anybody, and I've never ever heard Emosh ever say once that he hates either of you. Of course, he has the right to disagree with your stances and your positions because, well, you're all intellectually malnourished pigs, but that's within his rights as a human to challenge your own subjective stance. You can't all of a sudden assert something and then shift the burden of proof onto somebody else in proving your own opinion to be correct in a situation to where you know the facts are objective. So what are either of you people talking about? And for Therese, what kind of narrative are you trying to spin in asserting the fact that Emosh had done horrible things? Name one. Name two. Name any of the things that you feel he had done wrong, or at least in this case that are so egregiously horrible that it places him in the same category as said individuals in which you are trying to blame for the accusations that they've been accused of. Again, further trying to paint Emosh out in being the bad guy in the situation, but Dragon Bay Z decided to clap back on Therese as she went along to post, and I quote, "So tell me, Therese, is it always okay to throw false accusations against men in that swamp you crawled out of? Just because the ogres there don't pay attention to you doesn't mean it's okay to lie about a man. A good man. I don't know him, but he's done horrible things. Hashtag you don't know crap," which I do agree. She doesn't know a single damn thing. What effing things are they trying to spread about Emosh? Goddamn, what the hell is wrong with these people? Of course, I agree. And the fact that these people now are trying to spin a narrative on Emosh when he hasn't done a single thing. But it's not just Emosh, it's anybody that's standing with Vic, as Shane Holmberg also went on to comment in replying to an individual that goes by the name of Diesel, as Diesel went on to state, and I quote, "Because people are calling the conventions and threatening them for having Vic. It's all documented, Shane. Y'all are trash." As Shane responds, "You can call us trash if you want," in which you are. But since some of us actually run the conventions, it is not really going to help you or Vic much. Well, coming from Shane, someone that willingly called for Vic's banning in any convention until further notice, I don't really think it matters, at least through Shane's perspective, on whether or not people are calling conventions, because Shane is in charge of managing certain conventions. So whether or not you want to disagree with Shane or not, he's never going to bring Vic along for any of the conventions he's a part of or is aware of. So it doesn't really matter at this point, especially the way Shane is trying to shame people in having to speak out against him, especially in the fact that Diesel said, listen, people are calling conventions, people are threatening the conventions for having Vic, and Shane goes on to reply, well, you're not really helping your case much by calling me trash, even though you're the same guy that's keeping Vic from attending these conventions. You're doing that via having to smear his image publicly and smear his image privately. So that in and of itself is the absolute definition of hypocrisy itself. But I want to get your thoughts and feedback in the comment section below. It's not about people having to drag this along or drag the case along. It's about seeing all of the irrefutable factual evidence before you, right? I've been one of the ones ones that have been constantly coming on here and showing you guys firsthand how these people act on Twitter, but not only Twitter, on the low, how they're trying to fabricate misinformation, how they're trying to further verbally and publicly, more importantly, slander individuals by having to call them out of their character and accusing them of being predators and many other things, and that in and of itself could really ruin someone's life. So I want to get your thoughts and feedback in the comment section below. I'm going to close this video off with some clips just for you guys to sit on in letting me know your thoughts and opinions as to what you guys think about this. Again, thank you all so much for watching. If of course you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, turn on all notifications. Thank you all so much for your overwhelming support. It's been crazy, and it really does mean a lot to me. Again, if you guys are not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at UnrealNetwork, and if you guys have anything to tag me in or want me to showcase something, then feel free to tag me on Twitter at UnrealNetwork. Again, I want to thank you all so much for your support on that platform as well. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I stand with Vic, and if you guys stand with Vic as well, be sure to give this video a big fat like down below. Also guys, be sure to subscribe to my main channel over at UnrealNetwork. We just broke beyond 600,000 subscribers, and we're going to be aiming for 7, so again, feel free to go on ahead and go over there and subscribe to that channel as well. Link will be located down below. Thank you all so much for your time. Thank you all so much for your support. Vic's GoFundMe is going to be located down below. Tune back in for more, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Have a great day, guys.
If Vic, think through this, you idiot! If Vic has been an open secret offender for a decade, and every single year all these big conventions still host him, they still host him even though it's an open secret, how in God's great name are you going to assert that these conventions suddenly decided to not invite him other than public defamatory statements by the defendants? How on earth are you going to make the claim that after years of inviting him, when all of this information was public, that the most recent defamatory statements that directly predate and predicate his uninvitings are not the direct result of those defamatory statements? You bald idiot! How are you going to allege this? What possible defense can you muster? Jesus, Google shone down upon them, blinded the conventions, and said, listen, your name is now Bing, and now you can understand that all of the stuff that you purportedly knew for the last fucking decade is real. Just now, because Google told them it was real, they hadn't had the open secret and complaint after complaint that's being alleged over and over. Just now, they all conclusively, by themselves, independent of any recent statements, suddenly decided. They all came to the light. Holy God, what a fucking coincidence, you idiot! You've set up the goddamn case for them. Of course it's a result of the defamatory statements. Literally, your argument is that everything that has happened for the past decade, they were fine with until now. Oh, I don't know how they could prove it, because I'm just a dumb internet lawyer. You moron. Oh my God, please help them. Please bring this to court. Please go up in front of the judge. I dare you to go in front of that judge and say, Your Honor, this has been an open secret for a past decade. Everyone in the industry knew it. There's statements all over the place that all of these cons knew about, and they invited him again and again and again and again and again. Over repeated invites to the same cons over and over and over, and they're like, thank God we have Vic. They've solicited promotional commercials from the alleged repeat over and over and over. Please, yeah, actually he was at SakuraCon, A-Con, San Diego, or God damn it. He was at Phoenix Fan Fusion. He was at all these conventions. He was at SuperCon, RaleighCon, KamehaCon, all of them. He went to all of them multiple years in a row, over and over and over. They all knew about it, but he went over and over and over. And actually, shockingly, on January 29th, and then on February 1st, and then on February 3rd and February 5th. 13 conventions, randomly, out of nowhere, with no prompting from anybody, all came to the exact same conclusion that they had hired a serial for the past decade, and they all decided just now, by sheer coincidence, please, dear God, yes, yeah, Judge, actually, it's an open secret. All of them just came to the realization on the same week. They all on the same week came to that one realization, and they all decided on the same week, independent of everything else. They've never seen a statement from Ron Toye. They weren't contacted by Monica Rial and her agent. No one at Anime News Network spread this around. Mars Girl didn't tweet anything. Han Leia didn't tweet anything. None of them saw anything. Anime News Network, IO9, none of them made any statements about this, and none of them based it on statements from other people. None of them leaked the fact that there was an investigation prior to the investigation even fucking commencing, much less being finished. None of them did that. Oh, I mean, sure, they've got texts from Ron Toye alleging specifically that, but none of them did it. Not a single one of them did it. No, all of them came to this based on information they had from other people. It's not the direct defamatory statements over and over and over by the defendants. It's not the statements made in private or in public. It's everything else that they ignored for a decade. Just trust me. Please, Judge, just trust me. Look at me. And please, if you can, donate to the GoFundMe so I can sleep at night for my CPAP. Judge, I know judges make a good salary. Please do it. Please. That's your argument? You weird. What in God's name? You asked how I passed the bar exam? Oh my God. Oh my God. This is your statement. This is your argument. This is what you're resting on? I don't know how they would prove that, Greg. Maybe you can enlighten me. I welcome it.